Hey, everybody, it's a surprise edition of Unbreakable podcast. It is still Monday. Now it's Monday night, March the 4th. Since I talked to you this morning, a lot has happened. Zach Wheeler, contract extension, Phillies, 3 more years. Great news. We'll talk about that too. Jason Kelce retired. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that. I didn't want to wait till tomorrow. Still got my Philly sweatshirt on, but I had to switch to an Eagles cap. Jason Kelce, he is, think about this guy. He is this generation's Chuck McNair. Concrete Charlie, who I was lucky enough to meet as a kid. Kelce did play two-way. Chuck did. Chuck played center, and he also played linebacker, as we know. But Kelce has this, I keep talking about has and had. I mean, I was listening to that press conference this afternoon. And of course, it was sad. See Kelce retire, see him cry. What a great, great speech, too. But then again, he's the one who gave the greatest speech in post Super Bowl history, But, it's why I say he's this generation's Concrete Charlie, because Kelce has grit and determination and smart. He was a hell of a good player. I remember when he got drafted, nobody thought Jason Kelce, 6th-round pick, a kind of a smallish center for the University of Cincinnati. I mean, what the hell, right? Little did we know that he would turn out to be the iconic player he turned out to be. I remember when he started, and you always have naysayers, right? You always have critics. And he's too small, It's not, you need somebody big in the middle, blah, blah, blah. Then, we saw Kelce play, and he was fast. That was probably the initial thing that hit me and hit a lot of the so-called experts, how fast he was for center. I mean, not only was he strong and powerful, but he could get into the second wave. He could block the linebackers, downfield on run. He could get out into the secondary. He could block defensive backs. That's how fast he was. But I mean, you could be the fastest guy in the world, as we've seen with some of our wide receivers, running backs over the years. But unless you have that determination, that motivation, speed doesn't mean a damn thing, right? So Kelce, grit, determination, strength. Kelce, even now, is Philadelphia. I mean, think about it. He played his entire 13 years with the Eagles. You couldn't even picture him in a different uniform. And thank God he wasn't. He retired in the he never had this deep relationship with the fans. We have Philadelphia fans, Eagle fans, with this bad rep, all the time. But the fans in Kelce always got him up. I think the reason is because Kelce was always honest with the fans, and the fans could see that Kelce tried home. Kelce was one of us. Kelce was an underdog. And in fact, today during the speech, he said he loved the role of being an underdog. He's been an underdog all his life when he was playing Pee Wee football, high school football, college football, NFL football. Underdog. And so the fans saw it. I saw it. We saw it. This guy may be undersized, but he was always playing hard. Always playing hard. You never saw him lollygagging down the field, right? You never saw him just nailing it in. Always hustled, always played hard, and a leader. The center not only calls the plays, it calls the signals. The center is your leader. Yeah, quarterback's the leader, okay. But the center, it all starts with the center. The center is the guy who snaps the ball. You got a bad snap, it ruins the whole play, right? It starts with the center. The center calls the play for the line, and he's the anchor of that offensive line. And one of those guys is off, it throws the whole line. So for all those years, Kelce was the anchor. Kelce's going to be okay. He's got high-rate podcasts. I'm sure he's got offers from networks to be a commentator, maybe an in-studio guy. Kelce's not hurting. Trust me. He made his money. He's got a beautiful family, great wife, 3 daughters. He's got Travis Kelce, who I was really glad to see him there today. And the way Jason Kelce's speech about how they always got along, always supported each other, right, in football and out of football. Because as Jason Kelce said, I have a small family, but a very loyal family. And Jason and Travis and still are very close. And so it was good to see Travis there. Of course, his parents, Jason talked about what a big influence his mom was, encouraging, and his dad working in a steel factory. I can relate to that. We had a steel factory here in Phoenixville, and my dad worked in a tire plant right outside of town. Factory worker. I couldn't relate to that. These guys, as much as you want to talk about the Kelces being on TV all the time, then all the commercials and Taylor Swift stuff. These guys are just regular guys who happen to play football, and they made it big in the game. I mean, both are going to be Hall of Famers. So they deserve what they get. They deserve all the accolades that they get. They deserve the promotions. These people are putting the Kelces down. It's just stupid because they deserved it. They worked hard. You think about all the practice time these guys had to do, right? They deserve what they have. Don't take it away. Don't down the Kelces. And I'm really glad. I'll tell you one thing. I am really, really glad that Jason Kelce got to retire on his own terms, because some of these knuckleheads on the radio saying he needs to make a decision. The Eagles need to set a time limit. No. Jason Kelce has earned that respect. That he went out on his own. He made the time. Monday, 1:00. Obviously, he put a lot of thought, heart, and soul into that speech that he read. What was it, like a 45-minute speech? And he cried the whole time? This guy cared. What do you expect? He just didn't get up there and say 2 words or just left. I mean, you could tell this was killing him. You could tell he still wants to play. He still thinks he could play, but he knows it's time. It's better to get out while you're on top. It's better to get out before you start. You're not as good as you used to be. You know what I'm saying? Get out and enjoy life, which he's been doing since the end of this season. And get out while you're on top. But it has to be killing him, knowing that the 13 years, forget the 13 years in the NFL with the Eagles, okay? But all that time it's going through his mind, it was in his speech about playing football in the backyard with Travis, playing Pee Wee football and high school football, college football at Cincinnati, all the games, all the practices, all the workouts. It's just all the preparation, all the off seasons that this guy went through. You just think about it. That had to be going through his mind while he was sitting up there today, pouring his heart out. It had to be. It's tough to leave. It is tough to leave. And no comparison to Jason Kelce, but I can relate. When I retired after being a social worker for after 30 years, it is tough because you prepare for that. You prepare 4 years college, maybe even more. You get your master's, you get your doctorate. You put your heart and soul into it. You prepare for it. You study. You go on internships. That's your life. That's your job. That's what you're getting paid for. That's your livelihood. That's your soul and your passion. And when you retire, I'll never forget the day I retired. And I knew I was leaving. And I did one more case, wrapped up all my notes, saw one more person before I left. And it killed me because that person said to me, Greg, I'll see you on Monday. And and I'm thinking, they're not going to see me because now I'm leaving. And I got in that elevator, go down from the 6th floor, down to the main floor, to the office, to get my stuff and leave for the last time after 30 years. It's not easy. It's not easy to walk away. And that's what I wrote about, and that's what I said. Nobody tells you how to walk away. Nobody tells you how to leave. You can't prepare for that. You could study in school, Kelce, all the practices on the football field, all the studying he did to get into football, to get into the pros, but nobody tells you how to lead. That's up to you. That's just, and it's really hard. I just wanted to come on and say, good luck, Jason Kelce. I know you probably will never see this. Not many people watch this. I think the other day I saw nobody who watched one of the episodes. That's okay. I don't do it for people to watch it. I hope people who find this show enjoy it and get something out of it, get a smile. But I do it because I like to do it. And I know Jesse Kelce played football because he loved to play football. Yeah, he made a ton of money at it. Yeah, he's going to get into the Hall of Fame someday. Yeah, he's going to have his number retired by the Eagles. Yeah, he probably will have a statue outside of the freaking lake one day, and he deserves it. He deserves it. But I would say, if you venture to ask Jason Kelce why he started playing football, and he was just good enough to do it professionally, to make a living out of it, to get paid for it, he will tell you right now today, played football because he loves to play football. And that passion and that motivation and that desire is pure Philadelphia. And that's why the fans love him. And that's what we're going to miss about Jason Kelce. I hope he sticks around. Whether he gets a job in television, who knows? Maybe he'll get into coaching. If the Eagles were smart, they would hire him to do something. Just so he's around the stadium. He's with the fans, right? It's going to be hard for the fans to deal with this too coming next season. I don't know, not that many people come and go in sports, they retire. But come on in. He's sad too. He's active. Players come and go, right? But it takes a special person to make you feel this bad that they're no longer going to be playing and you're no longer going to be watching them every Sunday. And Kelce was the class guy. He thanked us. He thanked the fans for letting him come into our living rooms every Sunday. He thanked us for the honor of playing for us fans, especially the Philadelphia Google fans. He thanked us. Well, we should be thanking him. We should be thanking him for being so loyal, being so good to the fans, being so honest, for playing so hard for 13 years, and for being Philadelphia, and being a Philadelphia Eagle for 13 straight years. Thank you, Jason Kelce. I never got to meet you, but someday I will. And I'll shake your hand, just like I shook Concrete Charlie's hand when I was a kid. Remember how tiny my hand was in his. His hand was so like a meat hook. And the fingers were all twisted in each and every way. All the years he was in the NFL. I'll never forget that moment. And I'm sure if I ever get to meet Jason Kelce and shake his hand and thank him for everything he did for the fans and for the Philadelphia Eagles and all the joy he has brought to me in 13 years, I'll never forget that either. Go Birds. Go Eagles. Thank you, Jason Kelce. See everybody tomorrow. On Tuesday's show, we're going to talk about Zach Wheeler's extension. And I think I'm just going to start something new on Tuesdays. Tuesdays is usually a slow day. Depends on the week. I thought we would make it movie day. Wednesday is our TV classic day. And we've split it up into 2 parts. I do 2 shows. And so you can digest it a little easier. I think Tuesdays we're going to do movies. I'm going to talk about one of the movies in my personal collection every week. And we're going to do basically the same thing that we do about the TV show. We talk a little bit about the movie, the background, what I love about the movie, what you might love about the movie, the things we may be learning about it. So I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. So, and who knows what else will come up. I gotta go find out what the hell's wrong with Bud. He's calling me. All right, Bud, I'll be right there. You guys take care. Have a nice day. Peace and love to you all. Go Birds. See you tomorrow.